Hi, I'm Kavin. I'm from Chennai. I am from Tirupati. I'm from nearly from Calcutta, and I work in Infosys for 3 years.
Hi, my name is Gaurav Mittu. I am from Delhi and I have done electronics communication in Delhi.
Hi, I'm Viresh. I'm from Patna. I've done my engineering from ITB.
Okay. Now you all will discuss on what comes to your mind when we say Nokia.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I hear the name Nokia is reliability. Because Nokia for so many years is like the phone that just goes on and on and on. Body just goes on, the phone just goes on. So reliability is the one word that comes to my mind.
The thing that comes into my mind is like Nokia is known for its battery life. Even if you charge for 1 day, battery backup is so huge that instant whole week.
The other thing that Nokia is known for is affordability. I mean, below 5K range is one of the best. In fact, it is the best in market.
Not only affordability, the wide range of series that it has, from 5K series to say 25K series. It has wide range of variety of phones, which is affordable at different markets.
But it's quite sad to say because Nokia now is losing its market share. Now in front of iPhones and Blackberries, I think it's completely lost out.
I believe, let's segment the market, which particular market segment is losing. It's not losing all of it, it's losing the smartphone market share, right?
Most of the market, most of the country, even like they know Nokia is not even mobile shop. People just go into a mobile shop, they will not say I want to purchase a mobile. They would say I want to purchase a Nokia. Just give me Nokia. So that's like Nokia has become synonymous.
What is happening with the BlackBerry and the iPhone too? It's not that I am advocating against Nokia, but it's very sorry to see that a phone which had built on its brand name, its brand is loaded. That's what I feel. In front of stiff competition that is facing from BlackBerry and iPhone.
iPhone is something that iPhone is highly priced. Okay. So it's not that Nokia market from iPhone completely. Some specific market segment is using to iPhone. But yeah, BlackBerry nowadays are starting to launch new phones at lower price ranges. But that again, compared to Nokia, if you say how many BlackBerry phones would you find where you can just call up a person, store some numbers? You don't have that sort of feature in BlackBerry phones, right? So
I think Nokia is still very strong and still very worthwhile in terms of the basic phones which are very for people who need ease of use. So then it's Nokia is very good. It's reliable, the battery is good, the software is well designed. And some of the models like for people who have visible issues like visibility issues, that for them also they have been designed well.
Even my grandfather, he says that give me a phone which is very simple to use because I don't know how to lock the keypad, it's stuck in other mobiles, so he always prefers Nokia over any other phone.
And it's durable. Even if it falls down, it's like you just pick it up and it starts working.
That's the brand that Nokia has built over time, but I believe as he was talking about BlackBerry and iPhone eating into Nokia's shares, I believe the bigger threat is Android because in the 10K market, in the 8 to 15K market where Indian space is really important, this is where the action is going to be. Android phones are entering and Nokia is not going to.
Yeah, I think the issue is that Nokia is not keeping pace with the latest technology that is coming up because with the latest technology people want more and more from the mobile and which the Nokia's OS, the Symbian OS, which they have their own OS was not able to provide. So that's where the Android came in, iPhone came in, and the BlackBerry came in. And that's where they are able to catch it because their OS is quite easy to use and they have a lot of functionalities. People can just download apps.
Talking about the technology side of point of view. If you are looking at BlackBerry is completely business mode. Right? Nokia is also producing some business phones which have some other features like camera, games, other applications which are not present in those business phones like BlackBerry etc. So Nokia is still competing with them. Right? Okay,
well, the thing is, BlackBerry has a clear positioning. It is business phone. iPhone is clear. It has a clear positioning. It is meant for those who have premium needs and can pay that much. Nokia has a very confused positioning. It is neither that app environment to support as in Android. not anything else to go with it. So that
But BlackBerry has changed its positioning. Like if you can see the recent BlackBerry ads, earlier BlackBerry ads consisted of only black suited people, but now they are concentrating on young people. Like we are the BlackBerry boys, we are the BlackBerry girls. This is how a company changes its positioning. Don't you feel like that?
Yeah, with the introduction of the instant messenger that the BlackBerry has introduced, there has been a lot of increase in use of BlackBerry in terms of in the younger generation, because they are easy to use in terms of chatting.
Still I believe the smartphone which is touch oriented and has a high app environment like iPhone or Android, they are more popular with the young generation.
People prefer, because one thing is the wide screen. It provides a wider screen than the normal phones which comes with a keypad. And other thing is it is a little more modern. It looks a little more modern than the previous version.
But one thing also that goes with BlackBerry is that BlackBerry is generally associated with like sophistication, like it's being used
Okay,
by corporate.
okay. Can we discuss what are the good features that Nokia has? What are the good features?
To start with, I would say like Indian economy, 37% of the population is still under poverty line, and I don't think people will be able to afford high-end phones. So I think Nokia is the best. It's if you take in terms of price, it's so cheap. As well as if you take it's so user-friendly, and even a layman or a literate person can easily operate.
Price with the reliability
That
it
its
provides.
value is best.
Value for money is more in Nokia, is what I feel.
For a certain price range, Nokia gives the best value for money. That's what the Indian market is. That's
But it has been based on price, it has been attacked by different players like Microtex.
Micromax.
Samsung also.
They are giving better value for money as far as consumers are perceiving. Don't you feel like that?
In younger generation, there has been a trend that they just go for a phone from Micromax and all, which look trendy. But after a while, for 6 months and after 1 month, they just do they are not able to use those phones. They
My
just go
sister,
with.
she started off with Samsung, then shifted to Micromax, and now she's going back to Nokia.
But
So
after that,
actually
they
what has
just
happened to
come
Nokia
back
is
to
in high-end segments Samsung and iPhones and BlackBerry has taken into its share. In fact, they have not allowed Nokia to enter into it. And in the lower end side, these small companies which are generating from Delhi and NCR region, they are eating into their share. So in both sides, their share has been eating. So discuss on that part, how it is happening.
One thing was that Nokia didn't introduce the dual SIM phones, which has evolved into a huge market.
Yeah.
Now Nokia was very late on that, and they have just started introducing dual phones, and the other players have just catched on to that, and they have just taken the market. Of
I
course,
also
more than
think
20.
that where Nokia is losing out is because I think their market strategy, or in fact, they themselves have put themselves into a state of confusion. Because as we were talking about the dual SIM thing, it's going to stiff competition by Samsung, because they were the first ones to launch the dual SIM. Then they have stiff competition from BlackBerry because they have reduced their prices so much that every other individual can afford it now. And at the same time, again from iPhone, because it's high-end, yes, and also it has a number of apps. So right now, Nokia is coming up with something, Nokia is still trying to develop onto something which will give them the benefit of all these three things. And in an attempt to do that, I think that's where they're getting confused as to what to come up with.
Okay friends, what is your opinion on Windows Mobile?
Windows Mobile, I think HTC started with Windows Mobile. It was not that big a hit at initial stages, but it gathered crowd later on. But after that, Android pushed it away.
Windows Mobile OS has never been a huge success.
Yeah.
Microsoft has been struggling with Mobile OS, Windows OS, and trying to push with different vendors to just push it to the same. Where the Android has just come up. The RIMS OS was.
But I think it is just a difference of one big phone, just like something like iPhone or something coming up with, which has a good app, at least usable app environment and some good features, good interface, and it will make it will enter. It will be easy enter.
I believe that in today's world, when connectivity is such a boost, like people want to be connected and want to share what is their latest. And there the people want to contribute, like some developers just develop and they just put those apps in the net. In Windows Mobile, that's not much of a function. Like, you cannot just download an app and just install it. With the Android, which is open source, provides this functionality. Windows is this
But
No, I believe developers will be provided
Yeah,
the SDK
mobile comes into
that
it
because
because-
Windows already has a huge developer base. I think it will add to
Yeah, the
Windows Phone.
customization is not that much in Windows mobile.
The only thing of concern is if you are talking about the existing applications, whether it's usable in a mobile phone, which is usable in a PC. I don't think that is possible
Okay,
because
friend, do you think like Nokia plus Windows will be a great combination? If yes, then why? And if no, then why?
I really don't think that it would be a great combination because Windows on a phone has been attempted before. I think if I'm not wrong, O2 and other touch phones as you said, ST3, they had come up with the first Windows media phones. Windows whatever phones are. But now then as an again I'm stressing on this because it is facing competition from BlackBerry and iPhone which are not Windows media phones. So if Nokia does something which is sticking back to going back to Windows media phones, then I think it's just going back and not progressing in the way it should be. It is.
What I find is that there is sort of a marriage of convenience between a company who is struggling to get into the smartphone category and a company who is trying to sell its operating system in that category. What I would have liked is Nokia to get head-on with the Android operating system and get into this mindset of the younger generation and the people who are using the smartphones that this is the cool thing.
No, I believe Windows recently launched its Windows 8. It was clearly positioned for the tablet segment and smartphones, and there was a much departure from its earlier web versions, mobile versions. Sorry. So it shows that Microsoft has some skill left, and I believe it is positioning it as something which can connect interface with our PCs really well. Maybe it doesn't have a huge supporter base like HTC and Motorola, but it will interface, because of its interface with PC, it will give a huge advantage.
Like iPhone is trying to come up with iCloud, which will connect all the iPhones together. How good would it be if Windows comes into the mobile segment, where it can be connected with all the PCs in the world? Most of the PCs use Windows operating system. If Nokia also comes up with the Windows operating system, then some sort of iCloud can be formed.
But in this context, in the smartphone category, Windows is sort of Microsoft is just lagging behind the competitor always, because what the other competition comes up with, the Apple or the Wave, Microsoft generally follows that, and it has not been up to the Indian innovation, which is what really Nokia needs at this point of time. It wants some breath of fresh
But
air.
that can be done with Windows operating system as well, right? How is that not possible?
Windows has shown that it can departure from taking XP to Vista to Windows 7.
People
it has shown that
in the smartphone category want either they want the sophistication which they are getting from the RIM.
What about first movers advantage? Like if Nokia enters into Android market, it has little bit matured. So there is no strong player in Windows in that sense. So will Nokia gain some first mover advantage by entering into that? Because we can't suspect on the ability of Windows as such or Microsoft as such that it will not be able to launch mobile.
Well, in Android, their positioning will be again very confused because every other player has Android phone. So Nokia will be just another player instead of the big player which it wants to be. So I believe Windows is a better strategy in that.
Just in ease of use. Ease of use, I think the use already you're acclimated with the use of Windows operating system in your PCs, right? So it won't be that much of a problem to use an OS which you are already familiarized with using in your PC.
But the problem is that actually, in regard to mobiles, Windows OS is actually following a Metro style UI, which is comparatively completely different with respect to the desktop UI. And the other thing is that with respect to the first mover's advantage, which we are thinking about, Microsoft explicitly said that it's not going to give any specific advantage to Nokia, whereas they're going to merge the ecosystems and give a holistic service to the customers. They are going to provide a bigger service,
but
instead of giving any specific advantage in respect to the OS or UI.
But in absence of any other major player like Motorola or others entering this Windows market, Nokia almost has the first mover advantage. It doesn't matter.
But even the pre-existing
Because no
market
other
of Samsung and HTC mobile phones, and even LG is also a key player. What I'm saying is that we can't say there's first mover advantage, but the collaboration of Microsoft and Nokia, the service domain is actually very big. That's what I'm saying.
But I still doubt if
Microsoft Windows will be able to provide a lot of applications as Android provides here. Though there may be interoperability between Windows and Nokia, and you can connect a lot of computers, but when you come to the application point of view, I don't know if I seriously doubt if Nokia will be able to sustain this.
Yeah, that's one of the key concerns. And one more thing is that even with respect to the growth rate of the market, compared to App Store or Android market, Windows market actually showed a huge growth rate because of its ease of creating applications. And one more thing is that they actually merged with the Qt framework, which is present in Nokia, and they're actually merging both the Symbian applications and the Windows applications, and they were creating initial base itself for the market integration.
Okay. Do you feel any features are missing in Nokia that actually hinder in having collaboration with Windows? Are there any features like, because they are entering into smartphone market and they are particularly not that good in smartphone market?
And Nokia is not really known for a high processor space like some of the Samsung new phones, Galaxy 2 or something like that, where even dual core as I think Nokia is not particularly known for that. So maybe people who expect that kind of features will be disappointed.
Yeah, even I agree with you. The thing is that even the leaked Nokia phone, Windows phone, this W800, the hardware is actually very outdated. It's the hardware which it has 1 GHz processor, which is actually 1 year long back story of Android. So Nokia really needs to improve on that side.
So can Nokia and Windows combination remove those missing features which are missing? Like we have talked some missing features in Nokia phone. So can Windows and Nokia combination, can they remove all those missing features and then the gap which has been created can be fulfilled? Do you think like that?
Already proved, Windows operating system is already proved to be working pretty stable with the higher process speed and all. So yeah, Windows operating system will be stable in higher process speed if you are talking about the process speed point of view.
Another thing is, I see Nokia and Windows as very conservative companies. They don't come out with something that really changes the market. So I don't see Nokia launching something like that, dual core processors or something in near future.
Yeah, their approach is optimistic, but I don't expect the same optimistic view from the market because it's already too congested. I don't think so.
I think they can gain a bit, but not much in the current market.
We'll end up by discussing what are the pros and cons of Nokia plus Windows. So all those who feel like there are negatives, they can pitch in the on side of it, and then all those who feel like there is some positive thing, they can pitch in different pros. Okay.
The first pro, which I believe is the merging of these two big services, and another thing is that Nokia's imaging capabilities. It has huge technology with respect to imaging capabilities, and these two are one of the big pros.
I believe the huge network effect that Microsoft Windows currently enjoys may transfer to Nokia with this merging, and this will give them a huge advantage.
The cons is that still they need to improve with respect. They need to bring out something innovative rather than a normal mobile phone which is already existing. I mean, when two big giants are actually merging, the customer expects a lot, and I don't see that coming up. But probably we need to see how the game turns out.